Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I'm your host, the voice of reason. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about the S-400, maybe the S-300, and these are long-range Russian air defense systems, and they're deployed with a variety of countries. And there's been a lot of talk about the effectiveness of these missiles. There's been reports in some media outlets that the S-400 in Syria has caused fear among U.S. pilots. And obviously, the areas around Moscow has many S-400s, many S-300 systems that are deployed around Moscow. But how effective are they? Can the S-400 really track an aircraft 100, 200 miles away and then shoot down an aircraft at that distance? Maybe. And again, it depends on the type of aircraft we're talking about. If we're talking about a slow-moving passenger jet or a large submach military aircraft, yeah, possibly. It could launch, and it could have an active track on said aircraft. Again, these large aircrafts, and then shoot them down. Can it detect ballistic missiles coming in out of the stratosphere that are extremely high? Yeah, absolutely. It was designed to do that. Now, can an S-400 maintain an active track, not an intermittent track, but an active track on an aircraft that's say at 15,000 feet, traveling very fast at 100 miles in distance, or just over 200 kilometers? No, it can't. It could probably conduct intermittent tracks of said aircraft. So what does that mean for like a layperson who doesn't understand radars, how they work, especially ground-based radars in terms of how they detect? Obviously, they detect things in terms of the S-400. They detect things that are high up at great distances, and as they get closer within that 20-mile radius, where the curvature of the Earth is not an issue, then yeah, they can see more things at varying degrees of height, from 50, 60,000 feet down to lower altitudes. But again, that's getting closer. That's 20 miles away. And United States military aircraft, F-35s, F-16s, are simply not going to get within 20 miles of the Basel Al-Assad International Airport if it wanted to attack it. We're just not going to fly that close to it. There's other methods to U.S. strategy if it wanted to take down this airport and basically destroy everything inside of it. Wouldn't be a problem, and we wouldn't get that close to it to take care of it, so to speak. There's systems in the United States inventory that would first target and destroy these S-400 systems. There are certain targets that we would prioritize and destroy, and these would be done by unmanned systems that are very small, fly very low, and would be hard to initially be detected. And yeah, the United States is aware of the S-22 and the shorter range assets as well. And And it's been planned for in terms of how we would take those systems as well. And I think you've seen um, some of that take place in places such as Armenia. We've seen some of those air defense systems be destroyed by actual lesser capable systems, so to speak. And then obviously we've heard about and seen um, Israeli systems do that to Syrian systems as well. But again, just to try to give it a comparison, when you hear about that Turkish S-400s were able to uh, identify or garner an intermittent track over the Black Sea of an F-22 or an F-35 or whatever. That's yeah, that's fine. That's not a big deal. That's normal. And what I would compare it to is let's say you're hunting, and I don't know how many hunters are listening to the channel right now, but let's say you're out hunting and you're hunting in a very forested area, right? And you're looking around the forest, and about 150 yards away you spot a deer. And as soon as you spot that deer also spots you, and he dashes into the forest, and you don't see him anymore. So how are you going to shoot him? You can't see him anymore. You saw him for a minute, he was there, and now he's gone. That's kind of what's happening with the S-400. It can see intermittently stealth aircraft, and then they're gone. You're not going to be able to take a shot, and that's kind of the way it works. I know it's simple, but that's the way it would happen.